Hey guys, welcome to the more referred to Remastered Advanced Guide. We're only really going to cover a few minutes worth of content, so this isn't going to be too long a video, but I would highly suggest you go back and watch the previous guide if you haven't, just because of the fact that that has more information that's going to be hella needed for a little bit of things here. Additionally, I want to give thanks to Couria, Jbird, Klooger, and Godo for developing most of these. So shoutouts to them, and especially Klooger for finding the Gulag Skip a little bit better. I just want to clarify a mistake I made in the last guide as well. Once you get over the fence on SSDD, you want to switch back to your M4 and then wait for him to tell you to pull out your pistol. The reason that we do this is because if you don't do it, you actually get delayed. If you actually time it kind of correctly, you can get the first wave of, and it'll save you just a little bit of time, just so that you guys know that, because I did make a mistake and not say that earlier, so that's on my bad. Moving on to the only easy day was yesterday. The beginning section is exactly the same all the way up until you get to the point where you place the C4 on the person. There's a new skip where you go over the fence, and I'm going to explain it the best I can for you guys. After you kill all the people, there's an AT4 to the left. You want to switch one of your guns for it. I would suggest keeping the M4 as it has a noob tube. Then you really just have to wait to be able to sit there and place the C4 on the person's body. Once you actually place it down, you want to get onto on the wood panelings. The big thing about this skip is finding what works for you. I'm going to explain what I do, and it might be helpful for you. So once I'm on top of the wood paneling, I line up with this strat that's in red currently and aim directly at it. Once I'm ready, I hit left click and it'll start the animation to shoot. I genuinely try to aim in between the two barrels. It kind of is a little bit finicky, and you're going to have to find a spot that works for you. I'm better at strafing to the right. Some people are better at strafing at the left, so this is the thing that you have to practice and learn how to do on your own in some regards. However, the lineup is actually very simple, and there's not a lot of different ways to do it, so you'll eventually find a way that will work for you. If you reach a perfect height, you'll go right over the fence, but sometimes you'll think you get it, but you're a little bit early, so I would say hold on the delay just a little bit longer. Generally try to just aim for like 0.3 seconds before actually trying to jump. But sometimes if you're further back, it doesn't really matter if you just instantly start going. One thing that changes if you actually do the skip is a lot of the enemies won't target on you, and you might be able to do what I did and just run by. And Soap should teleport once you reach the end, and that'll be the end of the only easy day was yesterday. The start of the Gulag is basically the same exactly for the only easy day was yesterday. The only time you have to worry is when you start getting off the helicopter. Once you get off the helicopter, there'll be a RPG directly to your right. You can actually find two of them, just in case if you don't actually get the step at the start. Additionally, the rest of the level is basically exactly the same up until the point where we actually do the skip, so just make sure do everything from the previous guide and you'll be good. Once you actually get to the point where you can jump down to the armor, you want to pull out the RPG and do a shot to be able to get on top. When you do it, you want to jump the same way we did on the only easy day was yesterday. However, this jump's a little bit easier and you don't have to practice it as much as the other ones. I'll give a small warning that if you're way too far forward, your head will hit the top and you won't actually get up, so be a little bit off of the edge and you'll be fine. Once you're back on the stairs, line up with the second bar that's on the top. It's the vertical bar that keeps up the railing, and then put your crosshair onto the final one about where I'm aiming currently. Now, all you have to do is hit Shift and W. If you're on mouse and keyboard, you just want to run forward. I generally jump the moment before I actually hit the bar, but you could be sooner and have a little bit of free space to make an error. If you jump too late, you'll instantly just fall right back down, and if you have two shots like I do, you can try again, or you just reset and just lose a little bit of time. Once you're on top of the armory, you can actually sink down a little bit into the wall, and it lets you go inside the little bar that stops you from moving, and I find that it's a little bit easier to strafe onto the middle section. You can't actually walk on the roofing grating, so you actually have to sit there and lean in the center part, or you'll just fall through. After that, you kind of just want to do another strafe jump and land onto the platform. Don't shoot too far left or too far right because you can fall to your death. There is a little bit of an invisible barrier you can shoot for if you're a little bit scared, but you should be able just to land directly on it. If you do the skip correctly, they should start talking and continue their dialogue, and all you have to do is just run towards the rope and just wait until you'll be able to slide down. If not, you didn't grab a weapon, so you might want to grab a weapon before actually doing the skip. Besides that, I just want to thank you for watching the guide. Hopefully this helps explain a little bit of things. I'm sorry for it being short, but there's only like 3 or 4 new finds, so I hope I'll see you on the next one.